Hello, my friends. I hope everybody's well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. I hope you are well and enjoying your day. There's been a few, eventful days in the crypto market. There have been some drawdowns, some corrections, and it has caused a lot of commotion. That being the case, as promised, I literally just now published the market update for all my members. If you're a member who's present here, go read the market update. Please kindly, if you're not a member, here's the link to my Patreon. You can click on that and go become a member and read the market update. It's in regards to mainly Ethereum and the importance of Ethereum as a coin for other coins to deliver. And I discussed that. It covers some XRP, XLM, and generally what I think altcoins will do and what the market will do. This is the first update. There's another update coming tomorrow or today, and probably even two updates because I'm not sure I'll be able to fit what I need to fit into one update. It will probably require two updates, but we'll see. Either way, if you're here, please kindly put a like. The link to my Patreon will be also in the comments down below and in the description of this video. So, as I promised, I'm going to try to do a marathon of these live sessions so we can interact and talk and see what people have to say and what the sentiment is like. Speaking of sentiment, that's something that we're going to cover also the next market update and how we use that to measure what's going on in the market along with other factors and indicators. But just speaking of sentiment, just the other day, not the other day, but let's say now 8 days ago or 9 days ago when I was publishing the penultimate market update, I was talking about how basically the sentiment is very bullish. Well, not very bullish, but bullish, and it's going to get eventually to the point where it's going to be very bullish. So we're in euphoria, and we're eventually going to get to peak euphoria phase. And people were arguing with me saying that's not the case. And, I said back then that I checked on 28 different large profiles on YouTube and Twitter, and 25 of them were either bullish or very bullish, which once again indicates that the overwhelming majority is bullish and millions of people are getting bullish information. And then also I retweeted on my Twitter account this tweet from a profile that was saying that, the alt season is coming tomorrow. And it's already been roughly a week or more since then. Of course, no alt season came, the market crashed. And I was saying take partial profits. The coins are pumping. Any coin that is up, 10x from the bottom, like coins like TEL or XRP, take partial profits. Anyway, and now we see that I was right. Once again, do not look at the fear index. Do not listen to what you're just simply being told. Make sure you go and check by yourself. Make a list. Go. Write literally crypto, Bitcoin, XRP, ADA. I don't know, whatever, what have you, BNB on YouTube. And watch, videos from 30 different YouTubers and see what they're saying, and then write down the list by yourself and use that as to measure market sentiment. Do your own homework, my friends. Don't just trust anybody, and don't just take the information that is given to you for granted. A lot of that information, people simply regurgitate what they have been told and have no idea where it's coming from. So do your homework by yourself. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about. A lot of people are asking me, what is my price target for XRP? Ever since XRP bottomed at it bottomed at 10 cents, but my prediction back in the previous cycle was 15 cents. When XRP was trading at roughly $3 and 2,080 cents, I fully got out of XRP and I was predicting 15 cents for a long time. And a lot of people were very unhappy with me because of that. But the 15-cent entry did hit, and I bought there. And ever since that 15-cent entry hit, I have been predicting $7 to $13 XRP. In the last market cycle, it did not happen because we got hit with the SEC lawsuit. And my price target remains $7 to $13 for all the numerous technical reasons that I outlined back then. And for all the reasons I will once again outline in the coming update, which will be separately just for XRP. Once again, join the Patreon. We'll publish a separate XRP update there pretty soon. So we'll talk about that. What have I done? So I have, in regards to XRP, I have sold 40% of my bag just in case I am wrong. I'm not, I'm not a crazy person. I do not speak in definites. I'm not one of these people that's going to sit there and tell you that something is happening for sure. What I can tell you is that based on historic data, statistics, and probabilities, it makes a lot of reasons, and it's very likely for XRP to go anywhere from $7 to $13 in this market cycle before this market cycle ends. Once again, I will talk about all the reasons in detail on my Patreon, why I think that, and it looks like in this market cycle might actually do that because it's one of the Front runners is one of those coins that is running while a lot of old coins are not doing anything or not doing much. It's already done 11.2x from the bottom, and it's one of the best blue chips, one of the best performers in the blue chip field. Not maybe mid caps or low caps, but when it comes to blue chips, it's definitely one of the best performers this market cycle, and it's showing strength. And despite hardcore volatility, which is XRP, what and any altcoin really is known for, it appears to be following the course. Now, once again, in case I'm wrong, I'm already out with 40% of my bag. I entered heavily at 15 cents. I bought this cycle at 30, 40, and 50 cents roughly. So, I'm already in profit, and no matter what happens, I have made sure that I'm good, right? So if there's some kind of black swan event, I have a lot of good capital on the side to buy XRP if it crashes and there's a black swan event. If I'm wrong, and if all the market indicators get wiped the way they did during the COVID crash, that's it. I'm good. But after having done that, I can now afford to take on risk, right? So I'm no longer basically 100% in. I no longer have to de-risk. I can now after having de-risk and taking conservative price targets, afford to have more liberal price targets and take on more risk, and therefore wait for XRP to go higher to take more profits. And once again, I believe that's going to happen between $7 to $13. That's where I'm going to take very heavy profits and fully get out of the market. It doesn't mean that I'm going to do it all at $7 or $13, but somewhere in between, based on what other coins are doing, and especially if Ethereum has already breached its all-time high and gone into price discovery mode. If that's the case, and more altcoins are basically brushing up against their all-time highs, and more altcoins are going to price discovery mode, maybe not a lot, but more. That will once again set off certain alerts for me to be taking profits and getting out of the market without chasing the top. So, in the midst of this storm that is still ongoing, meaning that we can perhaps drop lower, meaning there can perhaps be a major, big, scary, ugly crash that will scare everybody and wipe out all the technical analysis, just the way it happened in the last cycle. We had Bitcoin pump from the bottom, and then after that, it corrected 72% during the COVID crash. It completely wiped out any TA, technical analysis, any reasons, any Elliott wave counts, any percentage the methods used, anything, you name it, fractals, everything was completely wiped out. So after that, Bitcoin continued to rally, and after it rallied to like 65K, it nuked roughly 60% again, 50 to 60%. Once again, everybody was calling the top, saying that's the bear market started. It reversed and then pumped to roughly 69 to 70K, where it made a new all-time high, and only then the market was completed and the bear market started. New market cycle. And the point I'm trying to make is, once again, for the second time in that previous cycle, all the technical analysis, all the support levels, all the horizontal support levels, all the diagonal support levels, all the triangles, everything got wiped out, right? And nobody had really an idea what's going on. So what can we learn from this, right? That trying to guess every single micro move, which is still quite significant and big, of the macro move, which basically is what we are doing, looking at the bigger picture, trying to predict every single micro move is going to make you look like an idiot, because nobody can do that. Nobody in the history of stocks or crypto or speculative markets or investing or trading has ever been able to have 100% accuracy rate. You're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Your favorite YouTuber is not going to do it. Your favorite Twitter personality is not going to do it. Nobody has ever done it. Nobody's doing it, and nobody will ever do it. So don't try and attempt to do that. Don't try to find the answer. There is no answer. Nobody will be able to give you the answer. People can guess. Some people will guess it right. Some will guess it wrong. Then another time, the same people who got it right will get it wrong. And then the people who got it wrong will get it right. So, but the point I'm trying to make is, it's like a coin flip, right? Don't try to guess every single movement right. It's not going to work to your advantage. Try to look at the macro picture, right? So what we know is the macro picture is simple. We know that every single market cycle starts with a major crash. This has happened in this market cycle already. Bitcoin crashed nearly 80%. Altcoins crashed 90, 95, 99%, and 80%. We know that is the macro accumulation phase. That has happened. We bought there. We accumulated throughout that long macro phase. We know that's where you diversified. That is where we diversified. We bought a lot of different coins with different narratives. We bought BNB, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XLM, XRP, ADA, Doge, what have you. I'm not going to go into all those coins. You get the point, basically. And then you hold and you wait to see which coin start climbing. We waited and we waited to see which coins have started climbing. Some coins have started climbing. They're front runners like XRP. You start taking profits. We took 40% profit. Now we're safe. Now we're waiting to see, after having bought near the bottom. Now we're waiting to see higher prices to keep selling. We'll wait for, what happens in every single market phase for peak euphoria phase. So we're in euphoria phase, meaning that, coins, some coins, very few right now, but some coins did 11 to 20 to 30x from the bottom. And that's where the euphoria phase, where basically you start getting good news. That's what we had. Saylor, Michael Saylor, basically a big crypto heavyweight and household name on the cover of Forbes. Not a good sign. A lot of talk about institutional adoption, regulatory clarity, government adoption. Not a good sign. This has been the case in every single market cycle. We know this wonderful news comes out in the euphoria phase and peak euphoria phase, right? So that's why sentiment is important. Anyway, so that has happened also as well. Now we're waiting to get to the last peak euphoria phase, right? This is where basically whichever altcoin is going to deliver this market cycle will do whatever it does, meaning that it will either hit new highs or only pump 50% under its all-time high, but still deliver great ROI, do nothing, or go to price discovery mode. That's the last phase. That's when you find out which coins delivered. That's when you find out which coins are laggards and which coins are poor performers. We are already on the brink of that phase, right? Macro-wise, once again, doesn't mean that it's going to happen tomorrow or in a week or maybe even a month. It means that basically that's the last phase of the cycle. And before this market cycle ends in 2025, we're supposed to see a good upthrust in price action. Some coins are supposed to keep running further up, or some coins are supposed to join the pumps. That's when we take heavy profits. So we've taken conservative profits now. We're safe. If there's a black swan event, my members and I, we are safe. We have some money to rotate into the market and buy potential black swan crash or whatever happens. We're basically ready. We have dry powder at our disposal. We have a few tricks up our sleeve, so to speak, right? But that's not something that I'm betting for, right? That's just a safety net. The expectation is for this scary, ugly part to end, for this correction that might become an ugly crash to end, and then for some coins to resume upwards momentum and hit higher targets. Some coins to go into new all-time highs, some come close to hitting new all-time highs, and some simply pumping well enough or good enough or doing nothing and going to zero. Either way, the whole picture coming together in a way that we get out in good profit altogether and leave this market cycle as winners. So that's pretty much what it is. If you're trying to trade this, you might ruin the macro phase, right? We spoke about this many times on my Patreon at the beginning of the cycle. Basically, when people were trying to trade, with all their capital at the bottom, well, what happens is eventually, basically, you don't get another entry, and the coins go up, and then you're waiting for it to crash, but it keeps going up, keeps going up, keeps going up, like XRP or XLM or Doge, right? So then people FOMO in. And then it crashes, like, let's say, for example, the way XRP has gone from $3.40 to $1.80 at one point before rebounding back up. So my point is, statistically, day traders lose the most money, then swing traders lose the most money, and only then investors, macro investors. So investors are statistically much more likely to do better. So it's much better to be an investor than a swing trader, or especially a day trader, right? So when you're an investor and you look at the big picture and the macro picture, you are increasing your chances of being successful in these markets, right? And if you're a day trader that's out there trying to trade every move, looking at the 1 hour chart or looking, I don't know, at the daily chart, and you're trying to trade every single day or get in several trades a week, whatever, you're really getting in your own way. The chances that you're going to succeed are very, very low. If you don't believe me, once again, go on Google the statistics, and you'll see that the chances are quite low. So do yourself a favor, don't overcomplicate these matters, and don't overcomplicate something that needs to be quite simple. I think I covered everything that I wanted to mention. that I do once again believe after having sold 40% of my XRP back for great profit and therefore being already in profit, and no matter what happens, I'm in profit. I do believe that now I can take on the risk of waiting for $7 to $13. Although once again, I will probably sell another 10 to 15% of my bag before we even get to $7 to $13. So let's say some at $4, some at $5, and then start fully exiting at $7 to $13. Now, can it go potentially further? It is possible. Anything is possible. Some coins have done something of the sort in the past. It's just not something I'm going to bet on and wait for. So I'm simply going to get out and fully in that area. Let's say if XRP goes to something like $9.40 and then goes under $7, I'm going to get out fully. And then even if it rebounds from something like $6 to, I don't know, like let's say 13 or 14 or $15, anything of the sort, I will not be getting back in. I will not be following back in. I will ignore any pump, no matter how big it is, and wait for the inevitable. What happens to every single coin, every single altcoin, what happens to Bitcoin during every single cycle? They all eventually top. So I will just sell and wait for everything to top. We are getting close, macro-wise, to the topping part. But once again, if history is any indicator, and so far it has been in every single market cycle, if sentiment is any indicator, and the technical analysis that is quite simple that I use that has been effective in the past is any indicator, we haven't topped just yet. And if that's the case, we once again should be able to sell our coins higher than they were before this crash. Once again, can this correction become a crash and become ugly? Yes, all of that is possible. For me, that's irrelevant because I'm concentrating on the last part of the cycle, and that's the peak euphoria phase. How we get there is not that much of a big concern for me because I've learned from past market cycles that if you try to guess exactly every single little piece of the puzzle, you're going to get some wrong. But if you just concentrate on getting the puzzle together quite well, you're going to do much better. Once again, yeah, my friends, XRP update, general market update, another one will be coming either today or tomorrow. And I just published another update just now, literally. So there's the link. Go join and read it. I highly suggest you read it. Let's see what you're saying, my friends. Please kind of put a like if you're here. I would really appreciate the like, please. Thank you very much. Huzaifa Ali saying, good morning, Rob. Good morning, brother. Ahmed is saying, hi, Rob. Nice to be here. Ahmed, good to have you here. Thank you. Stephen Ma saying, hi, Rob. Thanks for doing another live. Cheers, brother. Thank you for joining. Peter, good morning. Jean-Pierre Lafond, hello, Rob from Australia. Hello, brother. How are you? Adrian, my friend, good to see you here. Rob, I really like those frequent live sessions, especially in these times. Thank you. Cheers, Adrian. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you guys appreciate them. I appreciate doing these lives with you too. It's good to interact with like-minded people. Stephen Ma saying, what if ETH does not see any all-time high this cycle? Stephen Ma, then that quite simply means that this time is different. And that means that coins are going to nuke. So, very likely to nuke. Once again, has it been different so far? No. So I don't think it's going to be different. But in case, once again, it is different or there's some kind of black swan event, we have taken enough profits to make sure that we get out of this and do well to rebuy basically in the accumulation phase if we get some kind of major crash or black swan event. But once again, like 75% of this market cycle has not been different. So why would the remaining 25% be different, right? For the rest of the 75% of the market cycle, we had a lot of doubts. We had a lot of doubts that stock indexes are going to hit new highs. They did hit new highs. That other stocks that are going to hit new highs. They did hit new highs. That Bitcoin is going to hit a new high. People doubted that Bitcoin hit new all-time high. That altcoins like XRP, Doge, BNB, Ethereum are going to pump close to their highs or pump well. People doubted that. They did pump well. So why should we doubt that the last remaining part, that Ethereum should see new highs in price discovery mode, or that altcoins, some altcoins, once again, not all of them, see higher prices and price discovery mode, because that's what has happened in the past in every single market cycle. So I prefer facts and historic data instead of emotions and theories. If we look at facts and we look at historic data, both tell us that it's reasonable to expect once this chaos that we're going through, the bearish chaos, basically the scary part is over, it's reasonable to expect higher prices. But one thing that I want to reiterate, right? Of course, I'm not a perfectionist. Perfection is a lie in crypto. Rough estimates is good enough. I use the strategy that I use for a reason. If you're listening to people who keep saying every single day, buy the dip up only, moon forever, and you keep seeing bullish targets, you're going to get screwed. By now, you should have taken partial profits with coins that have already pumped. If you have coins that haven't pumped, that's understandable. You can't take profits. If you have coins that are up 10 to 15 to 20x from the bottom, there are coins out there like that, and you haven't taken any profits, you're not listening to the right people. You're not doing the right things. You need to change that. I assure you, I'm not going to start name calling, but I assure you, and I think a lot of people who are here, like, for example, Adrian Mislimi, who I know is an OG, or Thomas Horton, good to see you here, by the way, that is an OG. These people will confirm this, that all of these profiles that people are seeing, that they only, for example, got to know in this cycle, got every single thing wrong nearly in the last cycles, right? They were bullish nonstop. And then what happens is they just disappear during the bear market when everything crashes a lot because everybody's angry with them. And then they come back when everything is pumping and they start putting out nonstop bullish content. And they keep getting a lot of followers because of that, because they're always bullish and people think they know something, right? But the truth is that most of them get everything wrong. So it's something you need to be aware of. When I'm talking about everything, I mean majorly important things. Like, for example, one of the things they keep saying throughout the whole cycle, they're buying the dip, right? Like that's just extremely silly. How can you be buying the dip every single day or every single time something dips, right? That is just so stupid. That means you're buying randomly, your dollar cost averaging randomly. That means that when the market tops, and trust me, they don't know when it's going to top. I don't know exactly when it's going to top, and you don't know exactly when it's going to top, but it's going to top. That means that once it tops, your average buying price is going to be terrible because you just bought into a 100% pump, 200% pump, 500% pump, 1,000% pump. Like, that's against the rules. That's against our rules that we use on our Patreon, right? You only buy after major crashes and your dollar cost average at new lows, and preferably with equal amounts of money, because I understand, I've been there in the past when I was starting out, that not all people already have all the capital set aside. So therefore, it's difficult to buy with exactly the same amounts of money, but try to make it roughly the same amounts of money, because that's what really brings down your average buying price. So yeah, I mean, just be aware of that, like, especially if you're new to this market. If you're new to this market, I don't care who you are watching, and I watch everybody. This crypto is my bread and butter. I live and breathe crypto 24/7. For example, yesterday I went to sleep at 2 a.m. at night, and I woke up at 7 today. I only slept for 5 hours. All I do, right? Yes, I'm with my family. Sure, I spend time with my family, but all I do 24/7, I'm in the phone, in the computer, listening to what people are saying, reading newsletters, going through private groups, to gauge sentiment, looking at technical analysis, trying to learn something new, writing everything down. Writing everything down is a very important factor. And I can tell you that every single person, no matter who you name, has got something majorly wrong in a very, very bad way. And actually, the most liked YouTubers and big Twitter profiles are the ones who got things most wrong, right? There are so many great people out there that have small followings. They're doing much better and have done much better, right? So just once again, be aware that there are no magicians out there. Be aware of the fact that nobody's going to predict everything right. Be aware that nobody's going to tell you where the top is, right? Which is exactly why I'm out there on a daily basis reminding that this is no longer the accumulation phase. The accumulation phase has ended. You're supposed to buy in 2022 and 2023 when everything was down 70, 80, 90, and 95 and 99%. You were supposed to be buying there. Now coins already started moving. Sure, you can go buy into a coin that hasn't moved yet, but what if you're buying not into a laggard that will pump eventually in the peak euphoria phase that is yet to come? But what if you're buying a dud and one of the poor performers that does nothing or barely does nothing, not well enough for you to sell? Right? That's why I'm out there every single day speaking about these rules, that you should be taking profits, partial profits, and laddering out with any coin in your portfolio that is going up. The tech doesn't matter for now, guys. Eventually, yes, it will start to matter when everything gets obliterated, and there's regulatory clarity, and actually crypto is used in the world. Yes, eventually, once crypto gets wiped out and we have our .com bubble, then yes, good coins with good projects and good utility and good use cases will probably change the way the crypto landscape looks, but not now. This is not that time. There are roughly 11 million coins. When I was starting out in crypto, there were roughly 3,000 coins. Most of these coins are actually absolute garbage and meme coins. most of these coins are going to crash 99.99% and never recover and go to zero. And the fact that you have the most powerful man in the world, or one of the most powerful men in the world, the president of the United States, launching a coin that then gets rugged 60% within minutes, and then his wife launches a coin that gets rugged even harder, and then you have his son saying buy the dip after Bitcoin has already done a 7x from the bottom. And you have celebrities and people launching meme coins and rugging them within 2 or 3 hours. This can be done with great ease, right? If you have any kind of following. If I wanted to, I could go launch a meme coin on Solana with a snap of my fingers and rug it right away, right? The fact that these things are happening, it foreshadows of what's to come. You know, it tells you what's going to happen. This is not a utility cycle yet. I know you're listening to these idiots that you have been listening to already since 2017. Nothing has changed, guys. They've been telling you since 2017 things like XRP is going to $589 because a teddy bear that speaks through riddles told you so, or because gold is going to be that XRP is going to be backed by gold, or because Bitcoin, some government reserve is coming, whatever, right? This bullshit that you keep listening to since 2017 and 2018, you know, they think you're idiots. You're not idiots, guys. Stop, lapping this up. You know, you're not idiots. You're smart. You're intelligent. You're very smart people. Just you think you're listening to experts. You're not listening to experts. That's what you need to understand, right? You're listening to idiots that get 90% of what they talk about wrong. And just because somebody showed you a very nice story, or they showed you a very nice fractal, or they showed you a very nice partnership, or a very nice piece of news, or they showed you technical analysis that makes a lot of sense. If you sit down and you simply go through their videos and talk and look at their accuracy rate, it's probably something like 10%, and 90% of the things that they said would happen never happened, right? So you have to be aware of this, guys, right? You have to be aware of this. Last cycle and the cycle before that, we had a lot of wonderful technical analysts. We had a lot of, fundamentalists out there talking about why this coin and that coin is going to do well and how it's going to the moon. Most of these coins people don't even talk about anymore. Most of these coins were use cases, utility-based coins with great use cases. Most of them are like on the 500th position now on CoinMarketCap, or the 1000th, or like they have the 2000th spot or lower. You have never heard of them if you're a noob. If you're an OG, you probably already forgot that they exist. Me, just, as this pedantic, crazy guy who's 24/7 into crypto, who checks on these things, is aware of this stuff, right? There's so many, like Digibyte, right? Like you can go on CoinMarketCap right now and look at the coins from 500 to the 1000th position, and you will see so many coins from the old times that are there. They're dead, and you forgot they ever existed, right? So that's what's going to happen to most coins. That worse is going to happen to most coins. The fact that there are 11 million coins and most of them are memes and absolute garbage tells you of where we are in the crypto landscape. It gives you a very, very loud and clear message that it's not difficult to make a coin. It was difficult to make a coin back in 2015 or 2017, when it was some kind of technology-based coin. Making a coin now is very easy. And most of these coins that are made are complete and utter meme coin garbage. That's why there are over 10 million of these meme coins. It tells you that coins are getting rugged left and right. The market is literally telling you what crypto is about right now. And it's not about great technology, and it's not about the prices being driven by utility. It's about launching meme coins, rugging people. That's what it's about, right? I mean, this happened with the coin of the president of the United States, right? So you have to look at facts, guys, right? It's still a speculative bull run. This is the Tulip mania of crypto. The fact that there are 11 million coins, most of which are meme coin garbage, tells you that this is a crazy crypto phase where anybody can come and launch a meme coin, shill it successfully, and dump, right? This is like, what are you talking about when you're talking about utility and use cases driving the price? Like, what on earth are you on about, right? Eventually, yes. But don't watch this nonsense that tells you that it's going to happen this market cycle. It's not. What's going to happen this market cycle is that once the pumps finish, there's going to be a top, and everything including meme coins and utility coins with great use cases, and Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and XRP, and ADA, and Doge, and some super turbo moon candle coin are going to crush very hard. Now, what's different is which coins are going to come back and survive, and eventually, in many years to come, go back up and deliver. I think XRP is one of those coins. I think that maybe ADA is one of those coins. I think that maybe Bitcoin is one of those coins. Well, we'll see. Once everything crashes and we're in the accumulation phase, once the pumps end in this market cycle, we'll see. We'll gauge the market and we'll see what the best potential buys are. And once again, I'll share my mind as I did in this cycle on my Patreon. But you just have to be aware, my friends, right? That nobody, once again, is going to hold your hand in crypto. They never have in the past. Nobody's going to tell you when to buy, and nobody's going to tell you when to sell. Now, I did help a lot of my members to buy very low, right? Not the bottom, but very low. Now I'm helping my members to sell high, and hopefully we will all sell very high. So, your goal should be wait for a crash, buy low and lower. Don't try to chase the bottom. You'll end up being a clown because you will probably not buy the bottom. Well, that's what happened to Capo. He became a clown on Twitter. Now, same with, you've done that. Buy low and lower, that's it. Now wait for the pumps. Sell high and higher. Now is already high. Some coins are up 10, 12, 15, 20x. That's high, guys. Start taking partial profits. Then very high when coins are up, let's say 20, 30, 40, 50x, right? Or the coins that haven't moved are up 5, 10, 15, and 20x. Sell. Get out of the market. Don't chase the top, because once again, you'll end up looking like a clown, like many people have in the other market cycles. You will lose money. You will lose great investment opportunities. You'll round trip a whole cycle. Don't do that to yourself, right? If you came in and made more money, like if you came in and you left with more money that you came in with, you're doing very well. You're going to outperform most people. You have to understand, if you make something like 5x in the market cycle, you already outperformed the overwhelming majority of people in crypto, and you already made more money than anybody, most people ever make in this cycle, right? So do yourself a favor. Don't get carried away. Don't listen to moon boys in the euphoria phase and peak euphoria phase, right? What's happening right now with the fear, that's a micro phase of the macro phase. The general macro phase, just 10 days ago, people were screaming about bullish targets. Right now they're talking about buying the dip. But 10 days ago, it was all a moon, turbo candle, blah, 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 right? So don't listen to these people in the macro phase. And make sure that the same thing applies to doom boys in the bear market. Same doom boys have been bearish all along. And now they flipped bullish on Bitcoin at 60K, and they're saying now it's going to 150K. Yeah, it can go to 150K. That's irrelevant. I'm already out. My point is, when everything nukes hard and eventually it will, do not listen to these people. Buy, right? Same thing as right now. Do not listen to these people. Sell. Do yourself a favor. Start taking your own notes. Start keeping track of things. Start putting in the work. Start doing the homework. Learn. I assure you, there's nothing difficult about it. If you think that somebody's doing fantastic TA or great fundamental dives, there's nothing that difficult. Take an hour, 2 hours a day, maybe 3 hours a day first to learn. Within a year, you'll be very crypto savvy, and you won't need anybody. You'll be able to think for yourself. You'll be able to execute. That's one of the main things I try to teach my students on Patreon. For example, I posted one thing right now. Let's check in on Patreon. Tell you the truth, is a little upsetting, but there's not much I can do about it. So basically, I posted the survey asking, if you're a Patreon member, this was posted 5 hours ago on my Twitter. If you're a Patreon member, did you take profit every time I provided an update? And did you keep the profit sidelined as indicated, right? And we have been doing that a lot. Only 36% of people voted yes, and 64%, basically the majority, voted no. It's very upsetting because, well, they're not following the instructions. So what can I do? I can't force anybody to do anything. Everybody's their own man. Everybody's clicking their own buttons, and everybody's responsible for their own investment. But by the time this cycle is over, as in the past 2 cycles, I'm going to do my best to make sure that we do well. All right. Let's see what people are saying once again. Whoa. Sorry, I missed some stuff. Helder Castro, hello, how are you doing? Market Control Effects is saying, great morning, Rob. Greetings from Florida. Quick question. Can you go over how to proceed with taxes once we sell and wait for the accumulation phase? Do we pay taxes then wait to get back in? Market control effects? Absolutely. You have to pay your taxes. Make sure you're not messing around with the taxman. If you're in the US, IRS, any country where you are, make sure that you pay profits off. Make sure you pay taxes off your profits. Sorry. Lori N, good afternoon to you too. Thomas Horton saying, good morning, Rob. Let's stay patient and wait for the final pumps to come in. Cheers, brother. Keegan Longshaft. Hey, Rob, has the final leg into the blow-off phase ever felt this painful or hopeless before? Keegan Longshaft, you know what? It has never felt, I think, this hopeless. You know, if you ask me, maybe, like if memory serves, you know, maybe I don't remember, but I don't think it has ever been this bad. But you know, this is the funny thing. The reason why it's bad is very different. Like, has crypto seen much worse days? Definitely. I can tell you when basically the bottom came in for Bitcoin in the previous cycle, and then we pumped, and then it nuked 72% once again during the COVID crash, and nearly took out the low after having crashed, like, you know, roughly like at 85% or something, or 86%. I don't remember the exact percentage right now. It was pretty bad. You know what I mean? It was pretty bad. Or when we came close to the top, it's like 65K, and then nuked roughly 50%, and then went back up to the new all-time highs, and then the top came in. It was pretty bad. But you know, you have to understand the sentiment right now is bad for different reasons. It's because the main problem is, I just published an update about that. It's because Ethereum hasn't moved, right? We need Ethereum to move once again, whether or not we like it or not. In the past market cycles, when Ethereum moved, and it moved well in a sudden upthrust, many other coins started delivering, or the coins that were delivering started delivering better. So it's in everybody's interest for Ethereum to deliver, right? So if you ask me, there have been worse days, but it hasn't felt like this. It hasn't felt like this. I don't know. For example, when we were buying the COVID crash and whatnot, it was exciting. I don't know why. Maybe I've gotten old. I don't know. Bart Zandbergen is saying XRP $7. I hope so, Bart. Yes, I hope so. Based on historic data and technical analysis, and percentage gains and drops, it would make sense for XRP to go between $7 to $13, Bart. And once again, please watch the beginning of this live, because I explain how I go about the whole thing. JP says, hey, Rob, thank you for your content. Off topic, but at the end of the cycle, I want to take my parents to Dubai for a holiday. What are the best areas to stay? Oh, JP, I would say that the best areas to stay are probably like the Palm or around the Palm, if you ask me. The Marina is a little too noisy for me. Definitely, I would not suggest staying downtown or in Business Bay. That's the noisiest place. A lot of cars driving up and down highways. There are highways everywhere. Sound isolation is quite poor, if you ask me. Or maybe, once again, as a person who lived most of his life in Switzerland, I'm just used to, you know, everything being super quiet. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, around the Palm or on the Palm. Yeah. Six Sticks, hi there, hope you're well in Australia. He says, question I asked yesterday, do you buy your digital assets in your name, or do you have a trust corporation that you use to protect your assets, but also give your more flexibility for taxation? Six, I'm not going to answer that publicly. If you're on my Twitter, send me a DM, I'll answer such thing. You know, I'm not going to answer that publicly, brother. Sorry. Radium Rocks is saying, what do you think will happen with the SEC today? I'm not aware that something is happening with the SEC. As I said many times, my friend, the reason why the whole lawsuit was important exactly for the reasons that I explained much earlier during the cycle, when XRP was trading around 50 cents or 60 or 70 cents. And we got some good news, and not everybody, some people with a large following started saying we're going to the moon right now because of that. I said, no, I don't think so. I think that XRP is only going to move with the rest of the market, because historically it has always crashed with the market and pumped with the rest of the market, which is exactly what happened. It took us like another year for XRP to finally come out of that 50-cent range and pump to brush up against its all-time highs. So I don't know what's going on with the SEC, but I hope that everything is finally put to rest. I think it will be. It would make sense once again based on the trend that's going on right now. SEC is dropping its lawsuits against Coinbase and somebody else, and then someone else. I don't remember all the names, but they're dropping it nonstop. But they're really holding on to that XRP and Ripple one. But I think, given the current trend, they should drop it. Which of course would be good for us, because that once again means what already happened. What I said would happen back then when it was just happening, that more exchanges will relist it or start listing it, which is what happened, meaning there's no longer a dark cloud hanging over it, so people and investors don't have to be afraid of buying it, and meaning that more people have easy access to buy XRP when everything pumps, meaning that it'll be easier to pump XRP when the market pumps. So yeah. Gabonito, my friend, is here. Good to see you. Hi, Berto. How are you and the family doing, man? I'm selling the majority of my coins in the next recovery pump, as I believe we are in full rotation now. Let us meet in Dubai in a few months. Gabonito, good to see you here, brother. Absolutely. We've met with Gabonito before, and when you're here, let me know, brother, if I'm still around. Just let me know up front that you're coming, and I'll tell you if I'm here or if I'm traveling. But definitely, if you're here, let me know. I would love to meet up again. I hope you've been taking profits, Gabonito. I hope you're one of those people that voted on Twitter that you've been listening and taking profits, brother. Laura Provenzano, is good to see you. Laura, I believe you're a member, right? If I'm not mistaken, at least you were. Ramses Lee saying, Rob, question. When dust settles and we finally see the end of the cycle and the new cycle crash begins again, for members, will you update the millionaire spreadsheet? Yes, Ramses Lee, I will do that. We're going to take a bit of a different approach now. Like I said, in every single market cycle, we'll learn something new. I've learned some new things in this cycle, and I think it has made me a better investor and trader. Absolutely. Once this cycle ends, let it end first. And once the new cycle begins and the crashes that mark the beginning of the cycle take us to the accumulation phase, I will release a new document with new coins that we're accumulating. Whoa, Bo was saying strategy works, Rob. Cheers, brother. Thank you. He goes on to say profits are king, sitting comfortably after selling 10% of my XRP bag at $3.29, waiting to finally forward push to completely exit. Great advice. Cheers, brother. Well done for taking profits. I've already sold 40% of my bag, but as long as you're paying yourself, that's good. Market psychology is so important. It's very true. Market psychology is important. It's one of the most important things in this world, I would say. Justin, 5 hours, dude. I like 8 to 10. 8 to 10 is good. I mean, 8 to 10 is 7 to 13, right? That's pretty much the same area. I will once again be publishing and reminding people on my Patreon why I think 7 to 13. I've done that many times before, but we'll do it once again. I will give my reasons. The reasons are the same as they were years ago. Rich G says, digital asset investor is solid, provides a lot of solid, good data. Been following him for the many years. Whatever rocks your boat, brother, as long as you're happy with it. Jean-Pierre Lafont says, thanks for everything, Rob. I truly appreciate your live sessions. Who on YouTube do you regard as good in terms of TA, credible crypto, Agra crypto? There are two people I like. I like Tori Corton and I like Black Widow. Shout out to you both if you're watching this. That's who I like. They're on Twitter. I don't know if they're on YouTube. I know they're on Twitter. Those are my favorite TA analysts, people that have proven to be better than other people. They don't have 100% accuracy rate, just like I don't, but they're much better than other people, and they're not full of shit, So yeah, Tori Corton and Black Widow. XRP Baby says, hello, Rob. We eat, breed crypto 7 days a week, but we love it. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I do love crypto. I do love it. 66 says, I think you're right on, Rob. Cheers, brother. Thank you. Adrian Muslimi saying, selling is much harder than buying. See, that's like a good thing that you point out. That means it's more difficult for you. For some people, it's more difficult to buy. You see, we all have our weaknesses. I know that my weakness is, as currently going on right now, and it's happened in the last cycles also, that I'm conservative with my targets and I start taking profits in a conservative way and earlier than planned. That's my weakness. But, I guess maybe that same weakness is a blessing in disguise, which is why I've done so well throughout the cycles. Selling is much harder than buying. Rich G, Jungle Inc. speaks very highly of Rob Art. Cheers, Rich G. Appreciate that. Shout out to my friend Jungle Inc. He is a friend of mine. We have interacted in the past. He's a very nice and great person. So all the best to Jungle. Whoa, Bo says Rob is a real one in this market. Cheers, brother. Thank you. Says most people are extracting money from content rather than making any in the market. Unfortunately, yes. Hopefully, more people will extract more money from the market. Ramsey Lee, yep. Um, CCAN says, please redo the survey so that there is a third option, which is that I have taken some profits. Now that the question is too limiting. Cheers, brother. Okay, I see. Just took some profits. Yeah. Or maybe I should have added something like that, or a third option that says I've done something different. Comment below. Something like that. That's true. I just kind of wanted to stick it. To stick with yes or no. But good point. Market control effect says so. It could be a tax advantage just to hold XRP all the way through. Once again, based on historic data and probability and statistics, no, because XRP has done well in every single cycle. And if you weren't chasing the bottom trying to sell the top, but you were selling, you would have done much better than just holding, right? Because most people are only breaking even now in this cycle of XRP, which is bad. That's bad, right? A lot of people completely missed the last cycle. A lot of people didn't bought very high in the cycle before that. So once again, what we know historically, based on facts, right? We don't have to like it. Once again, guys, I wish I have what I consider to be a big bag of XRP and other coins. I wish I could wake up without having sold, wake up and see XRP at $500, right? I would be extremely wealthy, right? But unfortunately, there are no fairy tales in this world. So what we know, what works historically is that selling XRP after a 10x, selling from the bottom, was never the top. XRP always went higher. We know this for a fact, but it was always a good time to take profits. And if you had actually even sold your entire bag and then not FOMOed back in, you would have outperformed again 99% of the people. Just a fact. Laura Parmezana says, yes, I'm still a member. Awesome, Laura. Good to have you. Majid Shimbesh says, thanks, Rob. Cheers, brother. Ravenous, my sign to take profits other than listening to Rob is wanting to show my wife my portfolio. Good point, my friend. Good point. It's the same with me. And it's actually fun that you say that. Like I think 2-3 months ago, I was buying my wife some jewelry. We went to Cartier, and I bought her some stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I'm starting to spend money frivolously, and I'm spending it on a lot of luxury items. This is an indicator to take some off the table. And my Patreon members know that every single time I sell something, I update right away saying I just sold a portion of this coin, right? Once again, by my friends, whatever was sold, we keep sidelined, do not rotate. No dip buying. We just wait for higher prices and keep selling. But anyway, yeah, it's a good joke, but it's funny because it's true. Wobo saying innovation markets member here. Shout out to Tori. Absolutely shout out to Tori. Him and Black Widow are they're real. These are the people I can recommend. Stephen Mond, you look at indicators like the P-cycle top, social media risk indicator, moving averages, etc. Not really. They have proven to be ineffective in the past. I look at percentage gain and loss. I sometimes look at the wave counts. I look at sentiment. I look at what's I think is very important: Bitcoin dominance and the dollar, the DXY, what they're doing in a certain phase of the cycle. That's very telling. That's, by the way, something that we're going to cover in the next market update. Justin says, how do you measure the bottom of the cycle? Justin, not quite sure, brother. Can you please rephrase that? Rainy Step says, hello, Rob. Good to see you here, brother. Hello. Market control effect says, but you don't pay taxes and profits in Dubai, and I do in America. That's very true. That's the upside of Dubai. I guess it's time to evacuate. Thank you for everything. Cheers, market control effects. But if I'm not mistaken, as long as you're U.S. citizens and even you reside in Dubai, you still have to pay taxes, right? Unless you get rid of your U.S. citizenship, which I don't think is a good idea because, for better or worse, it is still the only remaining superpower in the world. So, the U.S. has its problems, but it has done a lot of wonderful things. I personally love the USA. It has given the world and me a lot of wonderful stuff, like the computer I'm using, the phone I'm using, a lot of the stuff I use on a daily basis, it was made or created or designed in the USA. So yeah. Keegan Longshaft says, "Love your watch, Rob." Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It's a Rolex day date, diamond dial. I appreciate it, brother. I love it too very much. I always wanted to get it because one of my all-time favorite TV shows and TV series is The Sopranos, and ever since I was a kid, I always wanted Tony Soprano's watch. So there you go, got one. All right, my friends, and just hit it. All right, my friends, thank you very much for joining. It's been 15 minutes. I appreciate your time. I appreciate Mysterium Blade. I see you, brother. Good to have you here. Another member. Cheers. Good to see you here. Thank you for your time. I really do appreciate that you take your time to come and talk. I enjoy this very much. We'll do another live tomorrow unless something happens. I don't know, for example, I didn't do a live for 2 days before that, unfortunately, because my daughter was ill, but she's completely fine now. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, unless it's something happens, we'll do a live tomorrow, and I'll try to keep making these lives because during these important times. Please kindly make sure, my friends, that you're reading all the market, that you're not just reading but executing. I published a market update just now, like an hour. I'll publish one either today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, and I'll publish one more just about XRP. One we published today was more about Ethereum and the market in general. The next two are going to be about the market in general, and then the one after that is going to be about XRP and some alts, more separate, like ADA, Doge, and whatnot. Don't do anything silly. Don't do anything rash. Don't be emotional. Yeah, and let's let the market cycle develop. Keep all your profits that we took sideline. Do not rotate. Do not buy the dip. If we need to buy anything, it will be updated right away on Patreon. Cheers, my friends. Please kindly put a like. Appreciate you all. Bye-bye.